Welcome to East Alabama Today, featuring topics, events, and interesting people from all over East Alabama. Hosted by Carl Brady. Now, let's get right to the show. Here's Carl Brady.
Hello everybody, welcome into East Alabama Today. As you can see, we're not in the studio, we're actually on location today at one of my favorite places, Noccalula Falls in Gadsden. We're in the campground of Noccalula Falls because we're going to be talking today about Smoke on the Falls, the Noccalula BBQ Festival. That's coming up really soon, and it's going to be right here in the campground at Noccalula Falls. But before we get into the meat of the program, so to speak, let's talk about how you can get in touch with us. We want to know about the things that are going on in your community. Fairs, festivals, special events, things that are happening throughout the TV24 viewing area. So get in touch with me by sending me an email, cbrady@tv24.tv. That's the best way to let me know what's going on in your community and in your neck of the woods. And also, don't forget, we want to know about the interesting people who live in your community. Maybe you know someone who's a writer, an artist, or a musician. Maybe they have an odd or an interesting hobby and you think they'd be a great guest for the show. That's exactly who we are looking for. So send me emails at cbrady@tv24.tv. And don't forget, if you missed an episode of the show, or if you'd just like to go back and review an episode that you've seen, you can do so online at tv24.tv. Go to the on-demand page, look for East Alabama Today, click it, and you will see a whole series of East Alabama Today episodes that you can enjoy at your convenience on your computer or mobile device. We'll be back with more in just a moment from Noccalula Falls Park in Gadsden here on East Alabama Today. Well, folks, welcome back into East Alabama Today. As we said earlier, we are on location at Noccalula Falls Park in Gadsden because we're going to be talking about Smoke on the Falls, the Noccalula BBQ Festival that is coming up on April 10th and 11th. And so it's almost here. We gotta get all the details out there. Joining me is the supervisor here at Noccalula Falls Park, Janet Tarrance, no stranger to East Alabama Today. Janet, appreciate you letting us come out again.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and it's such a beautiful day.
It is. We've had so much rain, so much snow, so much bad weather. It's great to have a little sunshine.
And vitamin D.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's absolutely wonderful, and you know, I'm very excited about the upcoming event.
Well, how many is this now?
This is going to be our 6th year.
Our 6th year for Smoke on the Falls. Great barbecue festival, and again, this year it's going to be here in the campground. That's why we're in the campground.
Right.
For the first 4 years, it was at the main entrance on the big parking lot there, but last year you guys decided to try it out up here in the campground, and I assume it went well since we're back.
It did. It was a big success. The cookers really enjoyed it. It was great over on the park side, but over there you're on, asphalt, and there's no shade trees or anything. So here it's very shaded, there's lots of room, and in addition to that, every site over here has some power and some water mostly, and so that was one thing that every site over there didn't have. So we're able to accommodate more cookers. We're able to accommodate them with power and water, some shade, so it's really great.
It is, and most of especially the professional cookers, they bring their campers or their sleeping quarters with them, and since it's a 2-day event, it gives them an opportunity just to stay right here on site and stay right with their equipment, watch their meat as they slow cook it all night long, and it's just a whole complete environment for these guys.
It is. They really do love it here, and like you said, they bring in basically their whole house, their kitchen and their sinks and your refrigerators and everything. They bring it all in, and some of their rigs are absolutely just spectacular.
Oh, they're amazing, yeah.
Big money, I'm sure, but they are absolutely gorgeous, some of them. I mean, it's just amazing to see them roll in.
What were some of the reactions of the cookers last year from having the opportunity to set up here, and what did they have to say about it?
Oh, they had actually been asking for a couple of years prior to us trying this, were you ever thinking about doing it over the campgrounds? And At first we were kind of real hesitant about it, but then when we got over here and we started looking and we thought, well, we'll try it, we can always move back. And they absolutely just loved it. They thought it was phenomenal. They really say that it's one of the best facilities they come to, you know, for a cooking area, a cooking site. And you know, some of those guys, they go all over.
It's their career. This is a sanctioned event by the Kansas City Barbecue Society. So some of these people, they spend a whole season just traveling around from cooking event to cooking event.
Oh, they do. They end, I think the last barbecue competition is early November. They start planning for that next year immediately, deciding where they're going to go, what state they're going to go to. You know, some of them will go week to week to week to week, you know, before they're ever back at their home. Right. You know, I mean, basically the road and their camper, their rigs, that is their home. Their initial home has become their second home. Yeah. You know, so, you know, like you said, that's their career, their hobbies. Some of them are retired and that's just what they do, and they love it.
What has made Smoke on the Falls so quickly become such a popular event with these professional cookers?
A lot of them say it's the way they're treated. You know, the site. I mean, some of them. I'm not sure if you know, but they'll go to places and they're just in a big field. Really? You know, just a wide open field that, you know, they've landscaped, cut the grass, you know, weed eated and that type thing. And that's where they are. If it rains, they have to have people to come and pull them out, a record to come and pull them out. You know, here, I mean, you've got a beautiful atmosphere, you know, of the beauty of the falls and everything else. And there's, you know, several businesses throughout the area. They can run to the store and, you know, they don't have that. There's things for the kids to do. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a number of reasons why I think that it's become so popular. Well,
you've got the whole park and the availability of everything here. So these guys, this is something they can bring their families to, and while they're concerned with the cooking and the prepping and the competition, their families can go play miniature golf, they can go see the waterfall, they can go into the park, see the animals, and just have the whole touristy fun part of it as well. And if you're just stuck in the middle of basically a hayfield, there's not much to do besides cook.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Talk about the competition a little bit, the sanctioned judges and the types of meat that these people are going to be preparing for the competition.
Okay, well, we have two divisions. We have the backyard and we have the professionals. If you are entering as a professional, which anyone can do, you're going to cook 4 meats. You're going to cook ribs, chicken, brisket, and Boston butt. And you will cook all of those and you'll turn them in to be judged. If you're a backyard, you will cook chicken and ribs. So, you know, you can enter either division, the professional or the backyard, but the judges, those judges come from all over, and the judges, that's kind of a lifestyle too. I mean, you know, we don't even think about. I mean, these people they're sanctioned. They've been through classes and everything through Kansas City Barbecue Society, and they love what they do. You don't pay them anything. You know, we get hundreds of requests every year. I want to judge your barbecue festival.
Everybody wants to be a judge.
You know, we have heard wonderful things about your barbecue festival. And so they come in and they get to taste all this wonderful barbecue. They've learned how to judge it, how to clean their palates. You know, you have to have certain water for them. There's several things, you know, these judges have to have, but you know, they come from all over and they don't charge anything to do it. They just enjoy the atmosphere. They love the barbecue, and so it's a lot of fun for them too. Absolutely. So, you know, those cookers, they, like you said, they're gonna, they'll come here on Friday, on the 10th, and they'll have everything set up, and they'll be relaxed for a little while. You know, they'll have some fun. They'll have friends over. Of course, you know, people can come out, probably pick up a cooking tip or two. And then, you know, at a certain point during the night, they're like, game on. You know, the tailgating party's over with. Let's play ball. Yeah. But, you know, of course, theirs is on the grill. So, And they'll get serious, and they are serious about it until they have turn-in times. They'll pick out their best meats. You know, they may cook 20 or 30 ribs, you know, and they have to turn in so much, like one per judge, and I think 6 judges per team. So they will turn in the 6 best ribs, and you know, the rest of it, they'll be giving out some samples.
That's what I was going to look to that too. You know, the big question we've always gotten is, as not as a participant, but just as a spectator, do I get to eat any of the barbecue? And that's yes, maybe kind of a thing. So tell us how that works out. And you've got some changes on that, how that's going to work this year too.
We do. It's actually worked out really well. We did this last year. I think it worked out great. You come in, and of course you smell the barbecue, and you're like, you're hungry, yeah. And of course we've got several vendors, you know, that will come in. They'll be selling some items as well, but you want to taste what the cookers are cooking, what these professionals and some of the backyard, you know, are cooking. So there will be a balloon at each cooking site. If you see a balloon at the cooking site, that means they are giving out samples. Majority of our cookers love to give out samples. So you just walk up and they'll hand you a sample. It may be the brisket, it may be chicken, it may be, you know, the Boston butt. It might be a rib, but and some of them, they even cook other stuff and start giving out samples.
Just for the fun of it.
Just for the fun of it, yeah. So you never know what you're going to get to try. But if they have a balloon at their cooking site, that informs you, hey, come on over, I got a sample for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we need to take a commercial break, so we'll do that and be back in just a moment with more from Noccalula Falls Park in Gadsden. Stay with us. Well, lucky to be back to East Alabama today. Again, we're on location at Noccalula Falls Park in Gadsden. We're in the campground because we have Smoke on the Falls, the Noccalula BBQ Festival, coming up on April 10th and 11th. We encourage you to come out and be a part of it. Lots of competitors in both professional division and the amateur backyard division are going to be cooking all kinds of meats. You'll get to do some sampling. There'll be a lot of fun stuff going on, and the important part's going to be taking place behind us in the pavilion here. This is where the judges are going to be, where they will be sampling all of the different barbecue meats that have been cooked and giving out their prizes. And talk about the prizes a little bit. These people are competing for over $10,000 in cash and prizes.
Actually, this year it's gone up just a little bit. It's over $13,000 in cash and prizes. So they'll be awarded like a grand champion, reserve grand champion for the backyard, for the pro division. And then of course there'll be first, second, third, fourth, fifth place in every meat division.
Wow, so that's a lot of prizes, a lot of opportunities to win.
That's right. And then of course we do the backyard the same way. Of course they only have the 2 meats versus the 4 meats like the professionals do.
Right.
But those prizes, that's a lot of different prizes, gives the cookers a lot of different opportunities to win in different categories, so they really like that.
How many competitors are you expected to have this year?
I think right now we are almost at the limit, and we've got total around 85 competitors total.
Yeah.
So, and we're getting close to the cutoff date. So, you know, it's looking to be like it's going to be at full capacity.
It sounds like it, and you know, and we've been talking a lot about the barbecue, the cooking, the competition, but this really is a whole family event because there will be things going on throughout the campground that the kids can enjoy, moms and dads can enjoy while you're walking around, getting a sample here and there. Talk about all the extra amenities that are going on. I'm interested in the hot air balloon this year. I think that's going to be a big deal.
Yes, we are very excited about that. I guess I will express, this is the first year we have not charged to get into the barbecue site. Of course, we've got some other things that you might have to pay for, very low cost, but you can come in and enjoy the atmosphere for free. We'll have several vendors here, face painting for the kids, Of course, the Lookout Mountain kettle corn,
Yeah.
Rack 'em Up ribs will be here, Frio's Pops will be here. All of the yummy extra vendors will be here that you are just dying to get your hands on.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I could eat one of those popsicles right now. Those Frio Pops are wonderful. But we'll also have a free kids area. With some inflatables and some games, and the sheriff's department, they're bringing in their climbing wall for the children, and of course we'll be helping with that. We also are going to have some extra things that I said there may be a small charge for. We've got a tumble bus, and this thing is a huge, almost bigger than a school bus coming in, and it's like a jungle gym in there. And we've got it for the little ones. We wanted to make sure that we covered all age groups.
Right.
So this is for like 3 and under. They can go in and do flips and play in the ropes and the balance beam and all of that fun things that you would do in a huge jungle gym, but it's in a bus, so it's real fun. And we also have a big gaming truck coming in. I think 20 people at a time can go in and play the video games, the big screen. So that's going to be fun, and of course that's for all ages. I mean, who doesn't like to get in there and play some video games?
Exactly.
And we have the mechanical bull riding is going to be here, and I hear that you're going to try that.
I don't know. It depends on if I get thrown off. I'm getting to the age it actually hurts.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. And then, like you said, we are going to have a tethered hot air balloon ride, and I'm very excited about that. Now, the one thing people should know about that is, and it's been a learning experience for me, of course. You either have to do that early morning or, kind of later in the afternoon. So the best thing about this is you can come here, enjoy all of the barbecue that's going on, all of the atmosphere of the barbecue. You can play in the kids zone, you can enjoy the video gaming and all that, and eat your samples. And then right when we're ending the barbecue competition, getting ready for the award ceremony and the hot air ballooning will start at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So, and that will be from 4 until 7, because you have to do it kind of when the sun is dying down, the winds are dying down,
right.
and that type thing. So that is going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited about it. I don't think we've ever had a hot air balloon here at the falls.
I can't recall that either. And of course it is tethered, so you don't have to worry about floating off to Oz or
you only go up
Kansas
so far,
like
and
that.
you'll be up for several minutes, I think 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then they'll just bring you back down.
Can you imagine how nice that is going to be, though? I have seen Noccalula Falls from an airplane, flying around Noccalula Falls from an airplane. It's incredible. It looks so much different from the air than it does here. To be floating above the park in a hot air balloon could be a great opportunity to take some pictures.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. It gives me butterflies.
Yeah.
So there's lots of things going on. Of course, the miniature golf will be open. The park will be open, so you can go in, you can ride the train, you can go to the petting zoo, visit the Pioneer Village. So lots of things are going to be going on. We want everybody to come out. We're praying, keeping our fingers crossed for wonderful weather, and we've been very fortunate every year.
Yeah.
The man upstairs has been wonderful to us. We've had great weather every year, and we pray that that will continue for this year's event. So there's just so much going on. I mean, I can't explain to you how much fun this is going to be. We're very excited about it, and just, it's going to be great.
It is. And an aspect of Smoke on the Falls that has been pretty consistent is some kind of musical involvement as well. So you guys have an area where you're going to have a stage set up, you're going to have some local entertainment going on that afternoon.
We are. We're going to have it over on the little grassy hill. It's humming and strumming on the hill. Just a couple of locals going to bring their acoustic guitars in, sing along, just enjoying the bringing your blanket or your little lawn chair there, and it'll be right before the award ceremony, a couple of hours before that, and just come out and grab you some popsicles and some kettle corn and just sit down and sing along, get ready for the awards ceremony. It's going to be great.
Lot picking going on at the same time. And
yeah.
You have like a big bluegrass festival. Everybody's sitting around picking around their campers, things like that. Well, all right, we need to take another commercial break. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment, so hang out. Well, it's time for us to go here from Noccalula Falls in Gadsden. We do want to reiterate, though, that the Smoke on the Falls Noccalula BBQ Festival coming up on Friday and Saturday, April 10th and 11th here at Noccalula Falls Campground, on the campground side now. So remember to come to the campground. There's no admission charge this year to come and enjoy Smoke on the Falls. Now, Saturday, the gates are going to open at 11 o'clock for you to come in and just to participate in all the stuff we've been talking about today. And Janet, how does Friday work? I know it's a Friday and Saturday event, but Friday's basically the same. You can just kind of come up
in,
and just
mingle,
walk around and meet people.
Right, and the cookers are always willing to give their tips out on cooking and, you know, special barbecue secrets and that type thing, and it's kind of fun, you know, and they love to talk to the public and mingle, and so, I mean, you know, it's a little place to come and just enjoy a Friday afternoon and, like you say, pick up some tips. I mean, go back home and cook for the family on Sunday.
Absolutely. And we almost forgot to mention the Smoke Your Buns 5K run. That's a part of the Smoke on the Falls weekend. And it is a run during the festival, or the morning, a Saturday morning, a festival weekend, through the different the trails here at Noccalula Falls, and the whole time you're smelling the barbecue cooking, and it sounds like a fun event if you're into running.
It is. You can come up and register actually that morning. Gadsden Regional is the sponsor of that, so they're really excited about it. And I tell you, the runners say running the course is not as bad as smelling the course.
Right.
So, you know, it just gets you ready to eat that barbecue. So, and you can burn off those calories. That way you don't feel so bad of eating that barbecue. So
absolutely.
It's a good way to start the day.
Some major sponsors we need to talk about.
We do. Like I said, Gadsden Regional, I mean, they're sponsoring the Smoke Your Buns run, the Chamber, State Farm, they're sponsoring the agents of Etowah County, the whole backyard division. So kudos to them. We love State Farm. And of course, Jack's, they're a huge sponsor. Coke is a huge sponsor. You guys are a sponsor. Right. And of course the radio stations Mix and Z93 and WQSB and Wax. So we have tons of sponsors. So we just want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. We could not do it without you guys.
We appreciate that. And it's a huge community event. It takes the whole community to make it happen. And folks, it takes you to make it happen as well. So come on up. And remember, April 10th and 11th at the Noccalula Falls Park Campground for Smoke on the Falls, the Noccalula BBQ Festival. It is, again, the 10th and the 11th. Hope to see you here. Have a great day. That's it for East Alabama Today. We'll see you next time.